Greek, we have some of the best curses in the world that are hard to translate, but we have gamoto keratoso, which means sit on my horns and rotate. Fuck you! Malaka! We have in Greek language the word malaka. You hear it a lot when two Greeks are talking. Malaka means the great champion masturbator, the number one masturbator. Nobody can beat him. He has masturbated in first place his whole life. He sits around, does nothing but masturbate. He masturbates to himself, and he masturbates. He is the champion. The Michael Jordan of masturbation is Malaka. Number one baby in this area. Nah. And you have said something stupid. In Greek, this means what you say is sit sounding. Maverick people say, hey brother, talk to the hand, brother, talk to the hand. This is, where did they get this thing? How this happen? From na, the Greek original, na, right to your face. So you're speaking to me, hey, Mr. Panos, George Bush is a good person. I put the hand right over your face. You say, Mr. Panos, can I marry Cristino? Nah, and then I smack the back of the hand. Nato. Nah, Mr. Panos, you have free specials today in the diner? Nah, Malaka, this is a business. I have no special for you. Mr. Panos, Greek people is Turkish people. Nato! Maria, anything Maria say, nah. I walk my house like this. Nah. Go to hell. In Greek culture, we have a tiny violin. And when a person talks and he's full of shit, we go like this. Oh, keep going, yes. Oh, yes, you're beautiful. Oh, your wife is beautiful. She's successful. Oh, you're successful. Oh, you have a better restaurant than me? Oh, the violin is playing, the music. This is so beautiful. You are an actor. Oh, nice. Very nice. Oh, your kids are so smart. Everybody's so smart as the violin plays, and it plays until I go now to finish the symphony. Now!
Oh, Mr. Panos, what a man.
And welcome to Beyond Bushido. If you haven't guessed, with it being Greek Easter this past weekend, we had to bring on a guest host, and not just any guest host. Ladies and gentlemen, he was the 1998 Bryant High School Greek of the Year. He was the first Grecian American to ever receive a blowy inside the studios of the St. John's University DJ booth. He has carried that 9-pound wheel of feta up Mount Olympus.
As per your request.
Yes. And more importantly than all that, he is my dear friend and the host of a tremendous podcast on the Rat Sound Review Network called Music is Life. It airs whenever the fuck he feels like, and if you don't like it, nah, malaka. Ladies and gentlemen, Lou Mavs. Lou, how are you doing tonight, sir?
Oh my God, that was the greatest introduction I could ever have. Thank you very much. I'm doing well, thank you. Surviving this quarantine, and oh my God, the Mr. Panos is a nice touch.
Have you tried spraying Windex in the air just to make sure that everything is good and ready?
No, fantastic.
Nah.
Fair enough. We got that. So, Louis, you host this great podcast. I love listening to it.
Thank you.
You have always been I don't know how else to put this. You've just been this encyclopedia of music knowledge your whole life. You've introduced me to some of the greatest bands that I still listen to this day since we were in high school, and I thank you for that. You've always been a wonderful friend, but more important than that, Music is Life. That is the perfect podcast for you. Can you tell people a little bit about this podcast?
Sure. Well, first of all, feeling is mutual. One of my dearest friends. Love you, buddy. The premise of it came literally about over a year ago, when I was unemployed and I was really getting into listening to podcasts while I was driving Uber just to make some extra money for my family. So I was listening to Gary Vee, and the way he talks, he's all about, talk about what you're most passionate about. And my wife is a singer-songwriter and a music teacher. I've been playing guitar since '92, and I play in a live band. At one point, we were playing out every weekend, sometimes 2-3 shows a weekend. And it's what I love doing. And at the time that the podcast was coming out, we were in a climate of like all pop music, all electronic music, really no room for rock music or for musicians to feel like, they had somewhere to go to hear advice. So I figured, what, I ran the gamut of being in a touring band for a while. I recorded music before, copyrighted, published music, and I just said, what? Music is my life, even though I'm not a millionaire from it. So what? Who cares? You don't have to be a millionaire for something if you get joy out of it. You work a job to make money, but the thing that you love doing the most, you do it for free. I'm fortunate that when my band Hard Drive, when we play out, we we get paid for it. And I still write music. I actually just sort of made a makeshift studio at my house right now where I'm actually recording a lot more than I used to, and I get pure enjoyment out of it. So that's really where it came from.
You see, because you really do enjoy music, because I don't think you remember that I remember this because of all the concussions, but I somehow still remember this. Okay. James, interesting story about Louis. Louis, when he was in college, was asked to join Shadows Fall.
Wow.
Not Shadows Fall. It was Killswitch Engage. It was
Killswitch Engage.
Oh, sorry. Still 03 Ozfest second stage, but hey, continue.
That was my first Ozfest.
It's not like Shadows Fall or fucking Killswitch Engage ever did anything in music.
Yeah.
You could have been a contender, Louis.
You could have been there. You could have even been E-Town Concrete.
They broke up that year.
I know they did.
They did. But
no, I saw them at Ozfest. I did see them.
Yeah. But Louis had chances like that, but Louis was a very responsible adult. I remember yelling and screaming and cursing at him when he told me this, where he could have started traveling. And but Louis made sure he always fulfilled his obligations. At that time, he was the program director for the St. John's University radio station. And he took that job seriously. He did a great job. I got away with some of the worst hijinks in life. I was the first person to have nudity on that radio station.
Well, in my time, I don't know if anything happened beforehand.
There's no way. Not to the level we made it. I made it an ongoing theme even when I wasn't there. I left it in a wake. But no, Louis, like I said, you've been around music your whole life. On your most recent episode, what were you talking about?
Basically, with the current climate that's been going on, especially with the coronavirus and everybody quarantined or working from home or unfortunately getting furloughed, I made it a point to tell musicians that at this point in time, it's okay to have your political opinions, but don't forget that we're blessed as musicians with the ability to entertain people, and that we shouldn't be causing divisiveness with our political opinions and not engaging in people who might disagree with you. Because I would think as a musician, you'd want to get as many supporters as you want. Once you start pulling like what Sebastian Bach or Tommy Lee does, and start like insulting whatever political party it is that they're insulting. Like I said, I don't want to alienate anybody over here. But once you start doing that, you kind of alienate your fans who may feel that way. So I just said, you know what?
Three-way dance of lead singers. Yeah. Three-way dance of lead singers that are ruining their reputation because they're fighting their fighting these crazy political beliefs. You're Athens, Greece, Tommy
Lee, Sebastian
who
Bach.
have Canada's third favorite son.
Fourth, you got to
and then
put
the
the
lead
guys
singer of Trapped.
Oh my God,
Wow,
what is
I
up with that guy? I mean, like, was Trapped ever relevant?
Wait, they had that one good song.
Yeah, and you know what? A year
good
before, my friend had the same song written. It's just Trapped got to it first.
Exactly.
The same riff.
Yeah.
But anyways,
the view, and I've gone to more of a thing here because like I'm actually going to talk here for a second. You know, it is my show too. Eric is I go back to the whole Michael Jordan, especially during the whole their whole documentary, The Last Dance, is out. Republicans buy sneakers too, and you might be left wing, you might be right wing. People still buy stuff. And we are going to be into we're still in a consumer society, so why alienate half of the population by saying something stupid and all that type of stuff? But yes, yeah,
that's along the lines of what my episode was about.
Yeah.
Just saying, stop the BS.
Yeah.
Just do what you were put here on this earth for. Put smiles on people's faces because they need it.
Yeah.
At this time, they need it.
Well, and I'm hoping all 100 people watch this that are enjoying that do the same thing with us too, because I mean that's the point of this whole thing, is to give some entertainment.
Excellent.
You know what? I'm going to explain it like this. Me and Louie are from the same borough, Queens, New York. I want you to find me the last borough president that made it 4 years of a term without getting kicked out of office. You can't. You can't. In the past 5 terms, every borough president's been kicked out. If you want proof of this, the last one I could think of was Anthony Weiner. So there you go. It's all bullshit, all of it. But getting back to it, music is life. It's on the Rat Salad Review Network. This is one of our brother programs. Louie, we love having you on. We have a debut tonight for you folks. We have a very special music video that we are going to be debuting. James, how are we looking on setting that one up?
We're going to set it up. Okay, so just to FYI, so that YouTube doesn't get mad at us, because I would like to actually put this on YouTube. We are only going to show 30 seconds of it, folks. So if you actually want the full video, you're going to have to go online and watch it and
skip to like the middle part of the song, so this way they don't just see the opening.
Yeah, okay, I'll switch that up. But the one thing I remember as I was watching this, it made me feel old because it isn't his kid dancing in this too. And I just
that is not Trey. Trey was supposed to be there.
I'm not talking about Trey. I'm not talking about Trey.
No, that's not Karma.
Is that Karma? Okay.
No. She had a dancer style, but no, trust me, I already feel old and cry every fucking weekend about this shit. You have to understand. She came. I did extra work early this past September, and her and then the little one were there, and I saw just how big that one got, and then how big the little one got. And I was about to fucking cry, man.
Well, because I remember last time I saw Karma was what, 12 years ago?
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go with that.
Yeah.
You got a point there. But no, he just released his new single. Some know him as Ron Killings. Some know him as R-Truth. Ladies and gentlemen, for your viewing pleasure, we're going to let you hear some of his new single that you can get on iTunes, all that shit, Spotify. You can watch the video on YouTube at Ron Killings TV. This is R-Truth's newest video with Hit 'Em Up.
All righty, and that's all we can legally do.
So that's all we could do. I was there when they recorded the fucking song. I could put him on here, but fucking YouTube will be like, you can't play that.
Yeah, I know.
Timo Tokyon, the guy who fucking wrote and composed the entire fucking the song Phoenix by Stradivarius. He's there like, yeah, man, cool, bro. And they still struck us. So I don't know. YouTube it's like you see Timo right where you are, Louie. Right where you are is where
I was online for that one, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
you figured that the guy who wrote it would have approved it.
Yeah, well, I even put that in the argument, and they still were like, nope, still blocked.
Like he owns the fucking rights to the fucking song. He owns the rights. If I wanted to, I could get him to sign a fucking contract to me, and I could fucking have that shit playing all the time here and then sue YouTube for fucking taking me off for it.
Well, did he sign over his rights to Stradivarius when he left the band? Or
No,
does he still get royalties?
No, he still gets shit. He
All right,
still
cool.
gets everything. He wrote 2 songs for the new album. You know, he's not in the band, but he wrote 2 songs. They asked him to write 2 songs. They wound up not using those 2 songs, so they're going to be on his next album.
All right.
But if you have been listening to Timo Toki podcast, they had an episode where other Timo came on, where George Michael came on the air. And Jorg said he would be down for the idea. So I, myself, the benevolent, wonderful human being I am, might be getting you guys a Timo Toki reunion. So I should be praised for that if it does happen.
Toma.
Praise me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If it happens, if the Rona doesn't freaking wipe out everything else, since it's killing Oktoberfest and everything.
I didn't meet you because we were both fellow metalheads in high school. I met you because we were both wrestling fans, and just like that Scully says, we were both ECW fans.
Yes, you were wearing a Taz shirt. I was wearing a Dreamer shirt, I think.
Yes, that's exactly how it went down. And Louis has always been a great wrestling fan. Louis has followed a lot of the guys. We got a great card tonight. Louis, we're going to give you on there. Some of these guys, I know you're going to know who they are. I'm going to love hearing your insight and your views on a lot of these guys. James, what do we got going on tonight?
Well, it's actually we got another one from Pro Wrestling, Fukunami Gumi. And we've got Fujinami Gumi. Sorry, I always mess that up, and I know I'm going to get
fucking headbutt you. You know,
he's gonna. I'm gonna deserve it. But I mean, we've got the likes of Minoru Tanaka, Takashi Ono. We've got Ultimo Dragon versus Akuma. We've got Alexander Otsuka, and then the main event is the great Sasuke versus our favorite Funaki.
That's right. So, with that said, let's get this show on the road.
Yes.
All righty. So, everybody, we're going to be starting off here. It's going to be PWFG Yokohama Super Battle 95, the Fujiwara incident. So, and once it's loaded up, we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Now, Louis, you were a huge wrestling fan back in the day. I remember your love of ECW. I remember your love of WWE and WCW, but you were predominantly, like me, an ECW fan. What did you ever really get into the Japanese wrestling videos?
First one being King of the Deathmatch, IWA Japan. And
right.
And having gone to many ECW shows at the Elks Lodge on Queens Boulevard.
Madhouse of Extreme.
Yes, the Madhouse of Extreme. A lot of RF videos there. Of course, this was before the whole let's just say you're 18 gimmick happened with RF. Sorry, can't respect that. And bought a couple of Japanese deathmatch tapes from Big Japan. Got Best of Cactus Jack Japan. And I slowly was building up my collection more from that. And, love a lot of what the Japanese were doing. Puroresu, as they call it.
Yes.
Still follow a lot of it today. There's Freedoms, Jun Kasai's group. Big Japan, has a lot of the death matches where wrestlers like Masada and Masada is actually my favorite one from Big Japan. Been following a lot of their careers as well. So I also follow him in Combat Zone Wrestling and Game Changer Wrestling. And they bring in a lot of the Big Japan and Freedoms guys too. So yeah, I still do follow it. Was following New Japan for a while, especially up until about this summer, just to see where the Bullet Club was going. And yes, I was a Bullet Club fan before it became cool to be a Bullet Club fan. And, a lot of love and respect for what they do.
God, sorry, ow. 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 Ow.
That is a Achilles lock, and he is just ripping him to shreds.
Sorry, continue. I apologize.
Yeah, just to give you a little background on what you're seeing today, Louis.
Mm-hmm.
The gentleman you just saw ripping that guy's Achilles in 3 places, and now he's got the kick. He's got the pads out. That is Fujiwara, the creator of the Fujiwara armbar. Legit shoot. Carl Gotch's favorite student. He started his own wrestling company once he saw that UWFI was taking off with the work shoot style. And a lot of the students that you see that come in here were trained by Fujiwara. So before the shows, they would actually be training in the ring like that before they'd go out and just kill each other. This show I wanted especially for you to watch because we still have our work shoot fights, but we also have, more important than that, we have the cruiserweight matches, which I think I get you in. I know you're a huge deathmatch fan, and we got to do a deathmatch episode. Look at Kojima right there in the background. You notice that?
Yeah, I saw that. Because this also has Ultimo Dragon in there, and you know how much of a fan I am of Ultimo Dragon. I was a huge fan of this WCW. Yeah.
I forgot to also mention I loved FMW, so
yes,
that was always great to watch. Hayabusa was my favorite one there. Now, out of curiosity, is this the same Fujiwara who told? I remember there was a shoot video with Ricky Morton and Manny Fernandez. And Ricky was talking about the first time him and Robert went over to Japan. And I think it was Fujiwara. That was Takada who told them no high spot.
Yeah. No, you're talking about, okay, the actual match where they beat the shit out of the guys was Kawada and I forgot the other guy that was his tag partner.
Taui.
Yeah, Taui.
Okay.
And they were pissed off because Fujiwara was the booker at the time, but Footloose was pissed off because they felt like their gimmick was the Rock and Roll Express gimmick. And we're off to a fun one already.
Yeah.
Here we go. Takashi Ono and Yoneyama.
Yeah.
Going at it.
This is kind of what you would see at a Josh Barnett's Bloodsport.
Yes, exactly. This is Josh Barnett uses a lot of this and old UWFI, which was,
of course, he does. Is there anything original wrestling anymore?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and also because remember he's a Billy Robinson student, and Billy Robinson was one of the coaches in UWFI. So you have all that going on.
Teachers,
yeah, he was one of the instructors. So so he's gonna take a lot from that. Oof. Okay, there's a lot more punching and kicking from now.
Already, here we go. Some nice.
Those inside leg kicks hurt so bad.
Well, slapping and kicking, but yeah. Oh, yes, they do.
Now the knee pad started.
This was Fujiwara's idea. Go ahead.
No, you first.
Yeah. No, the knee pads started coming in because those rings in Japan, that style of ring is just so stiff that if you didn't wear the knee pads, you weren't going to have a very long career.
Makes sense. Okay.
The reason why Sakuraba had about 18 million freaking knee wraps around his knees during the Pride days.
Yeah. And we got him. Nice. Nice transition through.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, now, nice armbar.
The interesting thing. Yeah. Oh, almost got it. The thing is, I was a big deathmatch fan too. I remember one time at St. John's, I got everybody to start watching all this deathmatch wrestling. I think you were there that day, Louis, when we took over a classroom and just started watching deathmatch wrestling, drinking.
Yeah, I think it was CZW, the staple gun. I think that's what it was.
It was that one, and then they also then we started watching it was also Big Japan stuff, but it was like the later, like this is when Homa was still doing deathmatch wrestling, James.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, before, long before he broke his neck, and now he's back and doing great. But he did some crazy deathmatch wrestling stuff, and he had the yellow gear still. And
right, I remember Ryuji Yamakawa. I think I remember he hit him over the head with a fluorescent light tube. Dude was bleeding buckets out of his forehead. Right, I remember that.
That was the same video where CZW, where Jun Kayashi got hit with the light tube, and he had the big chunk of skin missing out of his arm.
Jun Kasai, that was unbelievable. 2001, yeah.
Yeah, those were all those videos, because I used to go to Jack Sabbath's store because we were so close to it on Utopia Parkway, And I just used to tell Jack, I was like, yeah, I'm taking this and this and this. I'll bring it back in a week.
Is that the Wrestling Universe?
Yeah, Wrestling Universe. Yeah,
it's
the
still
Wrestling
around.
Universe.
It's still around.
Yeah, I just saw it on the Major Brothers show, but it's actually a different building now, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember I got Dino to take us there, take me and Fred there. I was like, all right, I'm going to show you guys some shit today.
Good old Canyon-Arrow.
Yes. Camionero. But did you ever watch any of this work shoot stuff back in the day when you were a teenager, Louis?
No, I've no familiarity with it whatsoever. I mean, I recognize some of the talent that you mentioned, but I never heard of this league. I think what were some of the other leagues at that time that I knew of? There was War, there was Michinoku Pro, but no, I never heard of this one.
A lot of this one turns into Battle Arts after a few years, so you get that also, which War
nice takedown.
Did a lot. Oh yeah. There's this is a little bit more rough and tumble is what we're gonna say. Other than a
little rough and tumble,
just a skosh rough and tumble. But yeah, I dig this stuff more. This is kind of where I started in watching Pride and stuff like that. That's what really got me into Japanese wrestling and all that stuff was watching Pride and then branching off of that with Hustle and all that stuff. So for me, it's and
then I started showing James like Volcon and all those guys. I was like, oh wait a minute, you got to see this. I've always kept a very eclectic. I always kept a very eclectic taste in pro wrestling. So when I could find a niche that I think somebody can get into, it's always fun. And with you, Louis, it was easy because you just love deathmatch wrestling to begin with. Did you ever get to go to any of those CZW shows like Wayne did back in the day?
No, never did. After ECW folded, I've only been to two other wrestling cards. One was a TNA wrestling over at the Westbury Music Fair, where the main event was AJ Styles and Kurt Angle. That was February 2008.
Oh wow!
And but the Dudleys were there, which was cool. They fought the Motor City Machine Guns in an old school ECW New York street fight, as they call it. And then I went to a Fight the World wrestling match in Ronkonkoma about 8 years ago, because one of the wrestlers who did sound for one of my old bands, so he was a sound guy and a pro wrestler. And I asked him, hey, listen, what would it take for you to come down and like fine tune our sound in the studio so that this way we could carry this sound with us wherever we go? And he said, come to one of my wrestling matches. I said, all right, I'll go. And it was Earl Cooter, who goes...
Earl Cooter and his brother Doug, Rockstar.
Yeah, really nice guy, great talent. Happy to see that he's doing very well. So big shout out to Earl Cooter. And
we got the first match is over with.
And that was it. But
Earl Cooter, James.
Yeah.
But anyways, that was a good card though, because Justin Credible was there, and Kevin Nash was there. Dude's freaking tall. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, yeah, he's 7 feet tall, legit. What do you expect?
Kept drinking Budweisers all night.
Oh, of course. So, James, you love the Minoru Tanaka. Tell us a little bit about what you love about Minoru Tanaka here.
Well, actually, I didn't really spend much time doing any of all this stuff, but hold on, let me pull up his fun little thing. Yeah, thank you for putting me on there. My favorite thing about him is that he was in the anime Death Note, so he's that.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, I'm an anime nerd with that, so
yeah. But no, Minoru Tanaka, he's been around everywhere. Great cruiserweight wrestler, really good, really good shoot fighter. He had a couple shoot fights too. He was really great at this work shoot, but he was also really good at transitioning into a pro wrestling career. James, what do you know about him?
The biggest thing that came out of that was that he went back to the NWA, and honestly, I'm going to be really honest. I'm looking at this. I'm cheating.
Are you reading his Wikipedia page?
You're dang right I am.
Nice.
I don't know a lot about his MMA stuff. I just know that he was in a lot of pro wrestling promotions all the way into Wrestle One with Muto. So he pretty much traveled all the not called New Japan and All Japan.
Well, no, Minoru Tanaka absolutely wrestled for New Japan.
He did for but I mean, not like
he was there in the early 2000s, and they actually had him do a hood gimmick for a while called Heat. And Minoru was always looked at as one of the better cruiserweights. When he did his American excursion in the late 2000s, I actually got to be a part of a bunch. I got to actually watch a lot of those shows, and I actually got to wrestle on a couple of indies with him. Everybody loves that Alberto Del Rio spin-out armbar. That was actually Minoru Tanaka's originally. Nobody else was doing that back then. He would do that. He would also do the whole thing where you go to kick him and he turned it into a spin move right into a ankle lock. He was really good. And right now we see this going on here. He's got him mounted right now, and he's having fun with it.
Yeah, he's not.
You know why I fucked up? That's my fault. I'm calling you out on this. I fucking mistaken him and Alexander Otsuka.
Yeah, you did. Thank you. I know Otsuka more than I do him. I was like, thanks. Okay, yeah.
Redo.
Yeah. Magic of editing.
No, none at all.
No. That's the real thing about this. If I screw up, I'll be completely honest. I'm looking at Wikipedia. I'll be great about that. But yeah. Yeah. When Alexander shows up, I'll be more like, yeah. I remember him fighting Henzo and Uas and all that stuff. But yeah, so I mean, the fun thing about this is like, for me, when I started in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I was like, there's some wrestling stuff in here, but we're mostly Jiu-Jitsu and wrestling are two different things. And now watching this, the curtain's been pulled back a little bit. the professor
really crazy. He's 47 years old now, and he's like he's kind of pudgy,
Yeah,
he's got the really weird aqua velvet tights going thing.
Do not hate him on aquamarine.
I will absolutely hate on that aquamarine color. That is horrible. But
can't get away with that unless you're Rick Martel.
Exactly.
In Puerto Rico.
Pastels.
In Puerto Rico, the rocking one-on-one.
Oh yeah.
By the way, this venue.
Send you that video, Louis?
Which video?
The Ricky Martel when he was debuting in Puerto Rico, and they did the music video using the song "One on One" by Hall & Oates.
No, I'm gonna have to check that out later.
Oh, it is beautiful.
God.
I was gonna say this hall looks very familiar. Is this Korakuen Hall?
Oh my God! Can nobody say the name of the building?
It's the Koga-Gi-Con.
It is not Koga-Gi-Con. It is Kurikan Hall. And no, this is Yokohama.
This is Yokohama.
Sorry, I didn't mean to incorrectly.
No. This is a debate that we're having on the show. I call it by the sumo name. He calls it by what they call it in wrestling.
The Cobra Kai Hall.
Yes, Cobra Kai Hall. This is where Danielson did the crane kick, and the guy didn't. And Daniel didn't sweep the leg or something.
The Kurikan Hall is where Kenta Kobashi beat Misawa and Kawada and debuted the Burning Hammer and debuted the Orange Crush and every other devastating thing you ever saw in your life. It is Kurikan Hall. Kurikan.
It is the Koga-Gi-Con, the home of all the Yokozunas and from the Reiwa era.
Well, fuck all of them. It's Kurikan, goddammit. But yeah, no, like you see Tanaka here, he's in his early 20s. To know that he's 47 and in the best shape of his life I've ever seen him, it's crazy to me. I feel like politics played a big problem with his early 2000s run with New Japan because he was really like a real standout guy. The other thing that got in his way was he was really late in his career when he went out for excursion because he went out for his. Oh, and there's a
good kick to the head.
Right
yeah. Kotsubo was like, "Oh yeah, come on now, hit me," and then he hit him.
Yes,
and Charlie Brown does not work.
Charlie Brown is fucked right now. He's just like, "Oh boy, I made a bad choice."
Charlie Brown is too.
I thought it was Kojak.
Oh,
no.
Nice T-bone.
It's Kato.
Oh. For those of you who don't know, Kotsubo was actually one of the crazy eights in the Kill Bill film. He was one of the head guys they used in that film.
Oh, is he the same guy that did he was the leader of the Crazy 88s and was also Pai Mei?
Yes.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's the same guy. Yeah.
Great movie.
That's him right there. Oh, absolutely. You know, and I tried to explain that to people. Can we just take a sec? Oh, look at that suplex.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the fact that, you know, movies like, when I think of movies, great movies.
Oh, no.
Look at that.
Oh, we got a heel hook.
That's it.
Oh, got.
But seriously, think about it. Like, when I think of great movies with female heroic leads, I think of Ripley and Aliens that Sigourney Weaver played. I think of the Kill Bill franchise. I think they did a great job at it. I think of movies like that, and they're not force-fed. James, what do we have going on here? Oh, yes. Tell us about this one. I'm going to give you your shine. Go ahead.
We got Takashi Okano versus Alexander Otsuka, a Pride veteran, a man who not only beat Huas, admit that it might have been a little bit of a work there, but hey, we'll give him the credit. And then a man who kind of got dominated by Henzo Gracie, but we won't be talking about that. But a man that actually went on to become an actor also in Japan and a lot of Japanese films as well.
Yes, he did. And he had his own soap opera there for a while.
He did.
Yes,
Japan's
he did.
Like
Go ahead.
It's amazing that Japan's like the one country where you could be a pop idol and an AV idol, and you're loved and cherished by the entire country.
Yeah. Well, the beauty of Alexander Otsuka's soap opera is, you see, my mom watches all these Spanish soap operas, and what they've been doing now is translating a lot of these Japanese soap operas to Spanish.
Oh,
and his soap opera is actually, it airs on Galavision. And so you see him because it's supposed to be like a heritage time Japanese story. So they're wearing like the old school kimonos, and they have the girls with the fucking concubine makeup and everything. And then you have Alexander Otsuka. So every time I'm walking in, I see Alexander Otsuka in his kimono just sitting there while the concubine's coming to serve him. And it is tremendous. Now, James, I'm going to give you 20. Okay, I'm not going to give you $20. I'm broke. But I will give you credit if you can figure out which one of these two is Alexander Otsuka.
He'd be the one in the gi pants, sir.
Are you sure about that?
I'm probably wrong, but I'm going to say yes.
I'm going to say it's a blue.
Why would you think Alexander Otsuka is in the gi pants?
I don't know, because I'm a terrible human being.
Alexander Otsuka is the one in the blue trunks.
I just because he's a lot skinnier in Pride. Okay,
he's a lot the fight skinnier. Right there.
Yep.
Alexander Otsuka with the
win. I had a feeling this was going to be a short one.
You know why you thought that, James? Because Alexander Otsuka shaves his head bald, not because he has to, but because he wants to.
Yes,
and you saw that guy with the. And here we go, Louis. Who's that right there? All right, now Louis. First time you saw Taka Michinoku, when would you say that was?
That would be Barely Legal, ECW pay-per-view, April 13th, 1997. It was the third match on the card. It was Michinoku Pro Wrestling, at the time, part of the BWO, against Great Sasuke and some guy that dressed up like Robin Hood. I forgot his name. And it was another wrestler. Grand Naniwa, I think it was? Grand Hamada, right. Grand Naniwa was supposed to be there, but his flight got canceled or something.
Yes, so he was played by Izukiya.
And Taka Michinoku wrestled on his team with Terry Boy and it was
Dick
one
Togo.
other guy. Dick Togo, right. Oh, Yakashiji. That was the name of the guy in the green.
Yuji Yakashiji, yeah.
Yes.
All right. So it looks like Taka's actually not doing a cruiserweight match in this one. He's dealing with the real deal here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
yes, he is.
And that was my first exposure to Japanese wrestling. And it was my first exposure to ECW, but that was the third match on the card. That was one of the best matches that I had ever seen on television, not just on a pay-per-view, but in general. Like they blew the roof off the ECW arena that night.
In my opinion, that was the first ever showing of true lucharesu, the mix of puresu and lucha libre together.
This is correct.
And those 6-man style matches and just how hectic and frantic they are. That also got Dragon Gate over here in the United States when they did it again with ROH.
And I'm sure Taka made a nice living when he was working at WWE, but I just thought that the way that they handled his character was disgraceful, the whole Kai and Tai thing.
If you watch Taka in New Japan, listen to me. If you watch Taka's character in New Japan, okay, they treated him like he was Fred Astaire, okay? Have you ever heard Taka's music when he comes to the ring?
No.
Because I used to make games listen to it all the time.
Motherfucker.
Are you serious?
That's the latest version. Oh, that's the latest version. But before that, he would come out to the old WWE theme, but instead it would have 2 sword slicer here. Fuck you.
I forgot about that one, yeah.
Taka Michinoku. And then it would have like his version of a rap breakdown, which is just him talking English. Yo, what's up, man? My fucking name is Taka Michinoku. I'm gonna kick you ass. Taka Michinoku. Here's the problem. You see, Taka didn't want to live in the States when he was wrestling for the WWE because he spoke Japanese and he spoke Spanish, but he didn't speak English all that well. So he decided to live in Puerto Rico. And if you ever notice, Taka was the best with this. Like you see Taka here, he's all small and spelt and good to go. He immediately got that Puerto Rico wrestling body the minute he moved there. And if you watch the videos, like, you know, the infamous when he gets backdropped over the apron in the Royal Rumble and separates his shoulder and just splats himself, you notice he's pretty jacked up. It's because he has what's called the Puerto Rico body. It's arms, it's traps, it's chest, it's back. Never work out your stomach or your legs a day in your life.
Got it.
And so
Now,
Taka,
question, Eric.
Yeah.
Remember there was one of the first episodes of Sunday Night Heat where Taka's walking to the ring and Taz yells out, "There he is, the Puerto Rican from the Bronx."
Yes.
Do you remember this?
That's exactly why Taz used to say that to him. Because Taka was living in Puerto Rico at the time. See, because what you have to really do is watch, if you can get your hands on it, IWA Wrestling from Puerto Rico at that time, Victor Quinones. And that's why Taka stayed living in Puerto Rico, because he got to live in Victor's mansion for free. So he was just saving all his money and he was sending it home and they were investing it for him. Taka doesn't have to wrestle a day in his life. Taka is set for life. Taka owns like 3 major businesses. One of them is a biotech firm, okay? Taka doesn't have to wrestle, and that's why Taka doesn't wrestle in New Japan. Taka comes out with the flag, curses at everybody in English, and that's it, because that's what he can do. He could still wrestle. He's still a tremendous athlete. But yeah, that's what Taka did. But if you watch those old IWA shows, you see Taka coming in the building. He's got the floral print shirt with his chest sticking out, with the Oakley shades. And he's just like, "Oi, I am Taka Michinoku, pendejo." Taka just loves to curse because he thinks that's what a heel does. Taka is just the nicest guy in the world, but his idea of heel is your traditional 19 to 1970s heel, like a Tojo Yamamoto, and so that's all he does.
Hey, whatever works for him, man.
Looking at this here, I mean, we all knew Taka.
Sorry,
but looking at this here, you know, we always knew Taka was a hell of a high flyer, but look how good of a technician he is in this match. Oh shit!
that was a bit. That was a bit snug.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he's like, "All right, fuck you."
I love that Taka and Kenta have learned that to be a heel in Japan, you just got to curse at them in English, and that's pretty much the extent of their heelness, except for Kenta, being a bastard in New Japan now, which is great.
If I ever do go to
personal favorite.
If I ever do go to Japan, which is on my bucket list, I hope to go to Montanuga's steakhouse. I think it was that and Riviera. Matsunaga. Yes, Mr. Danger,
Ribera.
and Ribera, both recommended to me by the ultraviolet icon John Zandig, who I hope is doing well because there was that dive that he took through the pickup truck with the barbed wire flames and fluorescent light tubes. So I know that unfortunately took him out. So I hope, John, if you're watching this, I hope you're feeling a lot better and take care of yourself. You've done enough for wrestling. Jesus!
Those of you who watch Botchamania, you know exactly what I'm saying there.
Yeah, Taka's not happy because that guy tried to just break his ankle, and now Taka is going for
now he's going into business for himself.
I love it. Taka's the only cruiserweight who can get away with drop kicks. Oh shit! No, he can't. Uh oh. No.
Takata Hajime.
Okay, Joey.
Oh my god! Sorry, I had to at least once.
Yeah. See, my favorite of the Japanese cursing in American is Great Muda. If you ever want to know if a match is a false finish, wait till he hits the Shining Wizard. When he hits the Shining Wizard, if you hear the motherfucker, that means the guy's going to kick out of it. That's how you do it. There used to be a compilation on Facebook where he would do this and he'd get a motherfucker out, or he'd just throw the kick and yell motherfucker, and it was always the false finish. It was never him winning. So you knew if Muda was going to win the match or not, but if he yelled motherfucker when he threw the Shining Wizard and if they were going to kick out. Oh, here we go.
I love Muda, but that was
tricky. Sorry, those little guillotine into a roll through into a Kimura or Americana. Sorry.
Yeah,
that's fine.
But as you're saying about Muda.
No, I love Muda, but I thought that when he came out for the New Japan Ring of Honor show at the Garden, and it was just him and Liger, and the fans got like a minute of them. That was such a waste of time. I mean, it was cool to have seen them both in the same ring, but I would have milked it just to give the fans something to go home and be happy about.
You have to understand the politics that were at play for Liger, for Muda to actually work that New Japan show.
Really? More Liger than Muda?
Muda owns his own. I'm just saying in general, just to make that happen, because you have to understand Liger is, besides being the head booker for the cruiserweights, Muda has his own promotion now called Wrestle One that runs out of Okinawa. Their offices are Okinawa. They're trying to take over that side of the country. Oh, so Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Taka has had enough of this.
There you go, Taka. Fuck you. I'm tired of this shit. I want to go back to fucking Ponce and some pastelillos. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Calf crusher. Are you freaking kidding me, you bastard?
Oh,
you dirty, dirty man.
Boy.
Oh, you mean. Oh, no. Oh, ow.
Come on, Taka. Choppy is pee-pee.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Thank you for bringing up the most. I mean, what's worse, that or freaking what Jerry Lawler said freaking 2 weeks ago?
Hey, I'm not the one that came up with that line. That was Kaientai themselves. I'm just quoting it.
That was Mr. Yamaguchi-san. Yes, I know.
I got to tell you right now, I don't see nothing wrong with what Jerry said, because I love ramen. I eat ramen all the damn time. I think everyone that's on this right now has top ramen in their damn cabinet right now.
Multiple boxes.
I got San Giorgio spaghetti.
Oh, okay. There you go. That's your fault.
Yeah. Baller on a budget.
Yes. But I don't know. Lawler has said some of the most craziest shit over the years.
And we have a figure 4 in a shoot wrestling match. Fantastic.
Hey, that's Taka Michinoku, baby. It works. Shoot, we got the figure 4 leg lock. I love him. I love him.
I'll tell you, man, if Taka's winded, I can't tell. That dude's got stamina.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is young Taka when he was first really breaking in, and he was looked to be the next big junior heavyweight star. So he did this
no,
Oh, you fucking dick. Oh, fuck, that's tight. Fucking A. If Taka fucking gets out of that, he's gonna fuck you up for that one.
Or at least give you a couple of kicks.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, boy.
No, I get what you're saying, though, about the politics I wanted to play.
Yeah, because, there was crazy politics at play to get Muda to do something for New Japan again. Literally, I mean, just how everything ended on the last contract and the fact that he actually left New Japan to go to All Japan, which is like, as a top star, you really aren't supposed to do that. I mean, if you're a foreigner, you can get away. If you're a gaijin, you can get away with it. But, as far as being like a professional wrestler,
yeah, look at how much shit Shibata got for going to going to All Japan for what 2-3 years. How much shit did he get?
Yeah,
I remember reading.
No, he didn't. Shibata didn't go to All Japan. Shibata went to Noah.
But still, look how much shit he got for going to Noah for 3 years.
Yeah, look what happened to Jun Kayashi's career.
Yeah,
no, not Jun Kayashi, Kendo Kashin. When Kendo Kashin, because what everybody forgets is it was Muda, Kojima, and Kendo Kashin all left at the same time. And this is when Kendo Kashin got that name for him because he won a shoot fight against one of the Gracies.
Oh, no. We have a chicken wing.
Oh,
I learned this from Papa Backlund.
Bobby! There you go.
The duck walk is alive.
You're damn right. The gym in a box is selling like crazy, like hotcakes over there in Japan. Have I ever showed you that video of the gym in a box that Bob Backlund sells? Ooh,
no.
Ooh, that's a big fucking. Yeah. So, Bob Backlund loves Johnny Rods because Johnny Rods is one of the few guys who could actually go with Mr. Backlund as far as in a shoot. Like they would just start shooting in the ring, like working with each other, and they'd start shooting around in matches. Like on WWE, there is WWF TV matches where you can see Johnny and Bob Backlund shoot. And Taka tried his damnedest. But yeah, Ishiwaka got that one. But
that was a good one.
So
that was a really
good one. Bob Backlund came to the school and he decided because he had for years carried around this thing. Hey, I knew you were waiting for this. His hairline looks terrible.
That hairline looks awful.
What happened to his wait? Did we just learn a fact about the hotness?
Yes, we did. Oh, look at the Gladiator.
Mike Austin,
there's Mike Austin, Gladiator. No, but here's my question.
I think that's Oya. That's not.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, I was about to say no. Did we find out hotness had hair plugs, or somehow figured out a way to fight MMA?
I'd be so don't tell me freaking about Santa Claus, okay?
Listen to me. If he was able to fight with a fucking toupee, I'm calling him tomorrow, and I'm finding out who his guy is. You'll be seeing me next week. Hey guys, welcome to the show. Well, I don't know what you guys are talking about. In quarantine, I was just able to get on the right diet, and now I got my hair back. It's great.
Yeah, okay, you're gonna be like that COVID-19 freaking rap star, the televangelist. He's 80 years old. He doesn't have silver hair because he quote unquote looks in the mirror and prays to God for dark hair.
Is it me or did I actually see gig marks on Mike Austin's head?
Yeah, because remember, Mike Austin was working for FMW back then and stuff.
Right.
But the point I was going to make with Taka Michinoku back then, Taka was great Sasuke's #1 student. And Sasuke, he took the name Taka Michinoku as tribute to Sasuke's promotion. And who do we have in this one, James?
We have Daisuke Ikeda and Mark Ashford-Smith versus Oya and the Gladiator.
Squash.
How's this for a fucked up match?
What is this shit? Who's booking this shit?
This is called Fujiwara. Definitely drank too much at the bar, and he just wanted to put a bunch of guys together.
Oh.
And it's going to be joyful to see. But yeah,
enough of this shit already.
Yes, exactly.
Fuck you up before we let that big motherfucker in here.
I'm not dealing with that Hogan nephew at all. Okay,
on his mother's side, I think.
We're not gonna. He's not gonna get in here. I'm not letting him in here. He's not gonna fuck me up.
Yes, because everybody forgets Mike Awesome was a legit tough guy. That's why they brought him in to ECW, because since the beginning of when Paul was booking, he kept trying to get Mike Awesome over and bring him in. And the problem was Mike was just making such good money in Japan wrestling for the deathmatch companies that Paul couldn't match it.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, he for years tried to get Mike Awesome over, and then Mike Awesome blew out both his damn knees, and so he had to wait for Mike Awesome to heal up. And I mean, there was
James.
No, we'll be fine. He'll be back.
Okay.
He's just getting yelled at and spanked by his wife. It's okay.
Okay.
It's time for his nightly spanking. That's all. But like I was saying, Mike Awesome had this awesome, no pun intended, Japanese career. He was making great money, and he just, he needed, he didn't need the United States, and because if you look at it, you've never seen a match of Mike Awesome where, he's been like, oh, that hurts, or for Mike Awesome not to do shit, it took a lot. I mean, he wrestled for 2 years with no meniscus in both his knees.
That's insane.
I mean, he was a tough guy, and he was a funny guy. Oh, so funny. Mike Awesome, he was the funniest big guy I ever saw in my life. He would talk to anybody. He would joke with everybody. He was a really, really sweet guy who, I don't know, I feel like it was a missed opportunity, especially with what Mike Awesome could do and how big he was in that that late 90s, early 2000s, after that ECW run. I feel like he could have brought a different look to WCW than anyone else on that roster.
And they got Russo.
They put him in the wrong gimmick. That 70s guy gimmick was horrible.
I mean, picture Mike Awesome with Booker T, Mike Awesome and Perry Saturn, Mike Awesome and Benoit at that time, Mike Awesome, and a lot of these guys. They would have been some really great matches to see. I mean, you could have done a Booker T Mike Awesome feud, and I feel like that would have drawn some great money. Mike Awesome versus Canyon.
Yeah,
Mike Awesome.
Well, they did do Canyon afterwards, but that was freaking. Remember that freaking bump Canyon took when he took the Awesome Bomb off the freaking over the ring out into the floor.
Oh yeah,
or that was off the cage onto the floor or something freaking just stupid.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did. They did do that.
I have to admit that because of Russo's constant horrible writing and booking, my love for WCW had died by that point, and I was straight ECW, WWE, Indies, Japan. Russo just ruined it for me. And by the way, not to get off subject of what's going on right now, because I don't want to insult the talent that we're seeing in front of us right now, but did anybody see that Dark Side of the Ring about the Brawl for All? Russo just looks like such an idiot.
He looks like such a piece of shit.
Like, complete lack of self-awareness.
Of course. He's always had that lack of self-awareness, and that's why he gets heat with everybody. Russo's one of those guys who, in his mind, he's still the 22-year-old kid. And so he has no understanding, and when we're guys, when we're 22, we're really just fucking 16, just allowed to drink and fucking sling dick. But other than that, so he just never got it. He never understood. Russo's always got heat. And here comes Mike Awesome. Did you see how quick Katsuke ran?
He's like, nope.
Nice
your turn.
You take this, American. It's your turn, American.
You go in there with that other big mullet.
Calm down, big brother. I got a mullet just like you, brother.
Hold on, brother. Hold on.
That's too much, brother. Shit. Hey, ref, what the fuck, brother? Here, DQ me. Shit.
Oh, Tiger King's getting mad.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Oh, there's the ref.
There's a new ref.
There's a new ref in town.
All right, brother. Hold on. Let's just work this. Okay, there. You see, I'm working the leg, brother. I'm not trying to hurt you. Shit, brother. Keep still and sail it. Fuck.
Stay the
Dundee's
fuck down
gonna
for
kick
2
you out of the
seconds.
territory
Goddamn.
if you don't sell it. If you don't sell this shit, Dundee's going to kick you out of the territory, brother. I'm trying to get you in. Randy Hales just bought the company, brother, and he's talking about giving us contracts. We're talking $35,000 a year guarantee, brother.
Shit,
$35,000.
We're getting out of the Waffle House and we're going to Ruby Tuesdays, okay? So can we just cut the shit for about 5 seconds?
I mean, shit, brother. Corey Macklin works for the newspaper, brother. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. We'll get away with whatever the fuck we want. But you got to calm the fuck down, brother. I can't help you if you do this shit. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, brother, fuck.
God damn. I was going to get you in with the Chattanooga Times Free Press. God damn it. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Oh, shit, brother. Come on, brother. It's Memphis. Great barbecue, good food. Have you ever had sex with a beautiful black woman? It's amazing.
Oh, my God.
Come on, brother. Just calm down.
Speaking of that, rest in peace, Scott Bowdren from today, from what I saw on the mothership and everything.
Yeah, hold on. We got to get that in. Yeah, I'm breaking it out.
Yeah, got to break it out. Salute.
Thank you for your time in the business. Thank you for all your hard work. You got heat like a son of a bitch when they needed it. This motherfucker literally just cut a promo in a work shoot match. James, I need you to rewind that. Holy shit.
Oh.
Opa.
Nastrovia.
Slancha.
Yeah. I need to hear what he says on the mic. Oh, come on, brother. Okay, no, that's too far back.
Hold on.
Are we
I don't know how to do the gimmick.
There's a 15-second button.
Where is the 15-second button?
You put it on the screen and you just tap on the left-hand side twice and it goes back 15 seconds. And if you do it on the right, it goes forward 15 seconds.
It don't do that.
Oh, that's your
fault.
It
only worked on the phone, Eric.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, fuck me. Keep going forward. I want to see this shit.
Oh, I was really enjoying the Tommy Rich impersonation.
Oh, there it is. There. Yeah. Oh, no, we'll get back to that. But first, here we go. Yeah, no. Forward. Yeah, right there. That's enough right there. Let's go ahead and turn that. Oh, no, you see, you just passed it again.
I see it. Hold on.
There we go. Oh, it's kick-ass time, brother.
All right, brother.
Kick-ass time, brother. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do this for real. Yeah, get the hell off the apron, brother. Here, I'm going to get my heat back one way or another, you son of a bitch. Come on, you big son of a bitch. Giant.
You know the funny thing is? You guys are giving him a Tommy Rich accent? The dude's from the UK.
Regardless, I don't care. He looks like a good brother with that mullet and all that. Oh, Jesus Christ. And Michael, oh, fucking A.
You got to understand, he might be from the Englands, but you know what? He was definitely good brother in Memphis, okay? So we're going to be telling it how it is, brother.
Yes.
He might have done a little spot for Cornette.
Listen, they messed it up. I told them I was from Birmingham, Alabama. They put I was from Birmingham,
England.
Okay?
You know,
that's their mistake.
Oh, you freaking legit him in the nuts there. Fucking called him out. Fantastic.
That was the second one.
Oh.
Oof, payback. There's your receipt. Mark Ashford-Smith of Birmingham,
no, that
Alabama.
was the receipt. That was
This is absolutely the only time these guys wrestled for this company. I'm telling you that right now.
And they both wrestled for FNW.
Yes.
Oh, this was FNW. This is an FNW referee, and they're still doing this shit. Oh,
they just did it. They just did 7 different ball shots to each other.
We're gonna kill this town here, brother.
Come on, brother. We're gonna get our heat back. I gotta work Doug Gilbert next week, so we gotta get this shit right. Come on. I'm working Doug Gilbert. He's gonna be doing the Michael Myers gimmick. Excuse me. And Eddie doing. Oh no, he was doing Freddy Krueger. My bad.
He was doing Freddy Krueger. Yeah.
Eddie was Michael Myers. Yeah.
Yeah, I won't have to go back and fight that Kiss soldier over there anymore. Okay. The
Poor
Kisser.
Doug never reached the heights of Eddie.
Such a great heel, though. All right, brother. Yeah. You see, you ain't got Horace Hogan here to help you, brother. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the win right here. That was the team.
Where the other team?
It was.
Where the other 2 guys go?
Who fucking knows? They probably realized Fujiwara was going to kick both their asses, so they just left. They just said, fuck this.
But the guy just sort this shit out.
They know Karl Gotch and Fujiwara are both back. Oh, they're back. They're like, fuck. Fujiwara is going to and Gotch are going to beat both their asses as soon as they get to the back for this bullshit.
So bad. They're going to stretch the ever-loving shit out of them. And they might let... They also might just let that young kid, that Suzuki kid, come in there and have some fun too.
Oh yeah, his career did not make it past this. He wanted kick-ass time, and he's about to learn what it is. Oh boy,
he's about to get blitzkrieged.
Oh yeah. Oh, here we go. Yes.
We got to drop down, hip toss, lariato. Now he all needs a big boot.
I learned that from my Uncle Hogan right there. He called it the Axe Bomber.
Action Boomba.
Hero match.
You know, it's funny. Like somebody argued with me recently about Hulk Hogan. He can't wrestle. I'm like, did you see him work in Japan? Like he actually showed he could wrestle there because it's like being a musician. You have to play to the audience you're in front of. The American fans want to see Hulkamania. Japanese fans, they want to see Puroresu Hulk Hogan. So
yes,
did you ever see him wrestle Muda freaking in Japan? It's amazing.
No, the better one is him and
I saw him in Abdullah.
You got to see him and Stan Hansen. That's really good.
God.
That's one of my favorite technical brawls I ever saw in my life.
I love Stan Hansen's promos in WCW in the early 90s. They were great.
My wife is fat. I got 14 kids.
I'm not going to shake your hand.
Oh. Daisuke is like, fuck.
I didn't do nothing.
Stop fucking around here. We're dead men when we get back.
Do you not understand we're going to get slapped in the face 18 times because you idiots are doing this stupid American style? Here. Okay, look, I'm trying to young boy it. I'm trying to bring it back to what it was. Don't beat me up, Carl. Don't beat me up. Please. No Fujiwara. No headbutts. Look. I just got it back into wrestling. Take care of me.
So my first exposure to Mike Awesome was the match. It was in FMW. It was him, Foley, and Terry Funk.
Oh God!
Against Onita and Eric. Who were the other two guys? You remember that one?
That was probably Masato Tanaka and Hayabusa.
Yes, I think you're right. And that was my first exposure to Mike Awesome. And then next time I saw him after that was Heatwave '98.
Mm-hmm.
That was him and Masato Tanaka. Yeah, and I actually saw that match live at the Elks Lodge. That was one of the best feuds I've ever seen.
Freaking steel chair fight when they had
that throwing each other through tables. That was the infamous one where Tanaka gets powerbombed out the ring and he just misses the guardrail with his head and his head slides under the guardrail.
That's the one.
Reckless abandon. We were at that one. I remember that. Dude, those Mike Awesome Masato Tanaka matches, what everybody forgets is they just worked each other for 6 months in ECW doing that crazy shit every night.
How is Masato Tanaka still able to wrestle?
He's in the best shape I've ever seen him.
Oh my God, he's in the best shape of his life.
I know he is, but I'm just saying, like, how is his body not like? How did his body just not say "fuck you"?
Because all that, he probably stopped working that way.
Because he spent his young boy life doing super stupid death matches and wrestling Masato Tanaka. You build up a tolerancy.
Oh my God, was that like a half Doomsday Device, half freaking Bulldog from the?
Yes.
Oh,
and he's celebrating.
And the heels interfere.
And also, was like, you ain't fucking ridiculous.
This is so fucking ridiculous.
He's like, stay down, mother.
You ain't getting over, you son bitch.
Hey, fuck you. And then this shit now.
I'm the only one who's gonna get over in this bitch. Fuck all of y'all.
Fucking, we're gonna fucking end this shit right now. Oh God, here we go.
You don't
want to fucking go over,
you bastard.
Oh boy, here we go. Oh boy.
Oh no. Oh no.
Boy. Oh boy. God. The most terrifying sight in the world, a fucking 285-pound guy springboarding and fucking coming at you.
Can you imagine? You actually had to pay good money to get those seats, and you've got a freaking almost 300-pound gaijin coming at you.
With
the
Japanese fans were so smart to just know when to get out of the way.
That's because they were terrified for their fucking lives.
Yeah,
my boss was blowing me out.
Yep.
Oh, I think this is my blue is. You know what? What's the year on this card?
95.
Yeah, this is when Mike Awesome blew his first meniscus out, and then he worked for 2 years. He worked for a year with one blown meniscus, and then he blew out his other meniscus, and then he literally for that next year just worked for 2 years with just no meniscuses in his knee. That's exactly the time frame of this shit right here. All right. Oh yeah, you're on your own here, brother. Finish this shit off. We're tired of Mark Ashford-Smith.
From Birmingham, Alabama.
That's right, from Birmingham, Yorkshire, Alabama.
North
He's from
Birmingham.
the Shire of Alabama.
That's right. I'm a big fan of Manchester United. What do you know about that? To hell with Totem. I want to go. You ever had toast with beans on it? It's an amazing experience, brother.
I don't know why Alabama man just came into my head. Alabama man.
I don't know how the hell you're going to get away with that. Everyone, all 5 people in Birmingham that watch this show are now pissed off that you just said, hell yeah, I'm a Manchester United fan. And that's freaking from Birmingham. Birmingham would rather eat their own shit than be a United fan.
I know. That's right, brother. Here, listen to this. I can sing all the soccer songs.
Dixieland,
you in the mountain. I want to be with you by the sea.
That's an Australian.
And you'll never walk alone.
Today was going to be the day that they were going to throw it back
to Man City. Fuck Man City. I will say that right now. We will be back. Fuck Man City. Fuck those tossers, okay?
Oh, the UK just shut off.
No, no. I'm a United fan. He knows this.
Okay.
He knew he'd play Oasis. He'd piss me off.
Oya really needs to just go ahead and shave his head here. That was fucking terrible.
Yeah, he should have gave up.
Okay, yeah, Mike Awesome's done. He's just he's like, my knee's done. Fuck this. You guys figure it out. But that fucking hairline tapped out about a good 5 years ago. But he's holding on for dear life to it.
To Awesome's credit, though, he was in the majority of the match.
He really was, and
he was there when it went off the rails too,
and over the rails.
And come on, brothers, we got to finish this match. I'm gonna give you guys a delightful treat from my hometown. We're gonna eat a can of spotted dick. You don't know what it's like to drink real beer. It's nice and warm. You don't have to have that cold shit. You got to have it the right way. We're gonna go have ourselves a pint over at the pub. My favorite one's the Fox, the Toad, and the Cricket.
My favorite freaking beer is we name our beers after cars, so I got me some old speckled hen.
That's right. That's the way it's supposed to be. You don't understand. You're just letting this go. You've lost the plot. You've lost the plot, man.
It's supposed to be telling stories, man, and you guys are out here trying to beat the shit out of one another. What the hell?
You guys don't even understand. We got to hurry back because I got to watch the newest episode of Doctor Who.
My wife made blood pudding.
I got my wife been making some bangers and mash over at home, and man, I'm gonna be real sore if I can't get some of that fresh and hot.
Exactly. That's the way it's supposed to be. You guys are just taking too much time. You ever tried that Iron Brew soda from Scotland? It's not that bad,
It's not bad. I mean, they eat some weird stuff. I mean, have you had haggis before? I mean, it's not the most appealing thing, but gosh bless it, is it good? Have you had shepherd's pie? It's wonderful.
I wanted to wear my Union Jack today, but they wouldn't let me because they said it wasn't no good. They said that it represents something from back in the day that's no good. And I think, I'm a proud Birmingham man. I should be allowed to wear, if I want to carry around a Union Jack, then by God, I should have my Union Jack to carry around.
I mean, why can't I be wearing my proper kit there? My Lancaster shirt. Why can't I be doing that?
So one night we were over at the bar, and all of a sudden, here came the Bobbies, and the Bobbies started coming for us like there was no tomorrow. So we escaped through the underground.
Someone said that they were wanting to touch my watch.
Mike Awesome just said, "Fuck this! I'm done with this shit," and just threw a fucking table.
I am the table.
Those tables.
And another time, fuck both of you! Oh Jesus Christ! It was right off the back of his own partner's neck, and he throws it off Ashford. He's like, "Fuck all of you! My fucking knee hurts. I'm tired of this shit. I'm gonna fucking throw one of you through this shit, and we're calling it over." Oh no, this is a 95 Japanese table. This may not end well.
Nope.
Oh, cue the evil laughter. It is happening.
Oh boy.
Oh yes, it is.
Boy.
Oh yes, it is.
God, you see that
Evil.
bracket? Those metal brackets.
The Japanese table
Those
is alive.
fucking tables are proficient. You cannot break a Japanese table.
No, you cannot.
I am the table. Oh hell no, brother. Hell no, brother. We ain't doing that shit.
That head scissor thing from Rey Mysterio.
He came out here to Leeds, and he taught me that damn thing. You know what? And I said, hell no, brother. I ain't gonna go through that shit.
What you know about Wiggins?
I'm you know what? You called me a pepper, and I didn't like that. I'll go outside and smoke a fag with you, but I ain't gonna freaking be a pepper to you.
We got a crimson mask on Mark Ashford-Smith right now.
Yes,
hey, brother. Red equals green, brother. Red equals green.
Not anymore.
Come on, brother. We'll get them to bring it back, and we can do a Tupelo concession stand brawl, brother. That's what we're setting up here. And Mike Awesome just gigged.
We might as well be there. I mean, we're already in the day of empty arena matches.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, just like what the fuck.
Like what the fuck, man? I wanted him to come in with Nick Goulas, but man, it just wasn't gonna happen.
Oh boy, here we go. What's Mike Awesome doing now? He's blew his knee out.
I think
he's still going up the top rope, and what the hell?
I learned that sidekick from Tracy Smothers, greatest judo fighter in all of the South,
from Carson Newman College. Okay,
that's right. I learned all this in New South Wales, brother.
By the way, get well soon, Tracy Smothers. I heard that he's got cancer.
I love Tracy.
Yeah.
Cancer's ass. He's a bad motherfucker.
He's gonna beat him. He's gonna beat it again, and he'll be in the Austin East High School stands here shortly.
Oh yeah.
Ashford-Smith just landed on the knees.
Ooh. Oh,
come on!
Nice catch.
What a fucking He's gonna win with a Fujiwara.
You're gonna do a Fujiwara armbar, you fucking animal.
You just don't do that. You don't take the main move of the guy who's the boss.
Oh,
yes, hot shot.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. This isn't. I don't see no Jerry the King Lawler here.
Awesome, Mom. Bank.
Oh God.
Let it end.
This hasn't ended yet?
No.
I thought this thing went off the rails. I thought this shit was over.
No, we were nowhere near off the rails. Now we're fucking off the rails.
What the hell is this schmoz going on?
Oh, shit, brother. I'm sorry. I just had to kick out of your finish because brother hit you from behind. Oh, God. He just blew his meniscus out, and he's about to do a splash off the top.
Oh,
what a fucking animal.
Up there like an animal.
Fucking A. He's like, fuck you. Stay the fuck down. There we go.
23 minutes, 28 seconds. Jesus Christmas.
The biggest gig mark ever. Holy shit.
Yes.
Oh.
Hey.
Hey, Japanese Johnny Rods.
Oh my God.
Konnichiwa. Mira, come here, papi. Oh, no, we're going to go in there tonight and I'm going to beat that fucking Gaijin's ass. And then when I'm done, I'm going to drink a beer. I'm going to eat a sandwich. Wide bench press, pa. Wide bench press. That's how you get big, Poppy. That's how you do it. You see, he thinks he knows. But I'm a shooter. When I shoot, oh, boy.
Oh no.
Oh, no. You hear that? Even Louis' daughter knows the
Yeah.
evil.
Oh my God.
Death is coming.
Shh. Anna does not want to go to bed.
Hey, I don't blame her. Oh, boy.
I don't blame her either. Oh no.
She's got school tomorrow.
She's 21 months old. What school?
Hey, I was stuck in some
There's
type
preschool. There's Dora the Explorer. There's Nick Jr. Academy.
Yeah, there
It's all it's straight Sesame Street and Mickey Mouse Clubhouse in the house. I don't get to watch what I
Mickey
want
Mouse
till after
Clubhouse
everybody
in the
goes to
house
bed.
is an awesome show.
I'm really surprised Grandma just hasn't moved in yet, Louis.
My mother?
Really,
oh no,
yeah.
She don't like Long Island. She's like,
Oh,
no, I have to. I can't walk anywhere. I'm like, Mom, you don't walk now.
Too many Turkish here.
She needs more Greeks. She needs all the Greeks in her life.
That's why she's still in Astoria.
Exactly.
Of course, my mom, God bless her, is going to be 81 this May, so very fortunate to still have her.
Absolutely.
I want to know right now, did she try to negotiate when this lockdown happened of, Louis, you should just let the baby stay with me so you and your wife can be okay?
How'd you know?
Because I know her. Your mom is the sweetest woman in the history of mankind.
She did. She said, leave the baby here. I'm like, no.
that you leave that baby there, and that thing's gonna, that poor baby's gonna be eating nothing but like what, freaking baklava and spanakopita all day long.
By the time the quarantine's over, if I were to pick her up from my mother, she'd be Mike Awesome.
Yes, that baby will have done nothing but eaten the best food ever.
Yes,
over and over again. Took it over Louis' old bedroom. Is your old bedroom now like Anna's bedroom now for whenever she comes over?
No. My old bedroom is my mom's bedroom.
Oh, okay.
Don't you remember the time I got kicked out of my own room and got moved into the corner of the dining room?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah, that's why I moved out.
You can have the dining room. That's it.
You can have tiny room. Tiny room.
Yes.
Yeah, working nights, trying to sleep until like 10 o'clock in the morning. I got, the Greek channel to the left of me, Greeks to the right of me, yelling at each other, saying, we're just talking. I didn't need that.
How many of them were named Nick?
I don't have any Nicks in my family, to be honest.
No, he doesn't. He has Luke.
Whoa.
He has Louis and Tony's.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. Sorry.
A lot of Tonys.
Yes. Well, it's not actually. You see, that's the thing with Lou here. Lou's name is not actually Lou.
Oh, great. Now you're exposing me.
I love this. No, because it's the greatest name
he will
ever.
Not. He will not doss you like he did Wayne.
Oh, I will absolutely dox him because I really feel like it should be his real name, which is Lazarus. Okay?
That is my baptized name, yes.
Exactly. And he celebrates his fucking Greek name day. So don't fucking let him fuck with you here like, oh, no, I don't do that. He fucking
my family gives me money. I'm not going to say no.
Exactly.
See, that's the one thing I haven't done in Knoxville yet is go to the Greek Orthodox Church during Greek week. Greek
dude, you got to go to a Greek fest. You'll eat some great food. You'll find some.
Oh no! We have a great Italian restaurant that's all run by Greeks, so they have a Zorba combo there, so I can eat all the Greek food I humanly want.
Nice.
No, it's different. What you got to do is you go to the St. Irene's Greek festival that happens every year on Ditmars. That used to be the fun spot.
Oh, dude, there's a lot that happen out here though. They're great. If you ever find your way, working one of the indies around here, you come over. We'll go. I'll let you know when they are.
Absolutely,
James, you're welcome too.
Oh yeah.
Because you see, the main thing is, I just want to go get a good fucking grilled octopus with that lemon seasoning salt on it, zest on it. I missed that. I still do the lemon and parsley on fries, and whenever I can find tzatziki, whenever I can find some tzatziki, always.
Yeah, I cook with a lot of lemon.
Of course you do. You're fucking Greek. What do you expect?
Yes.
Like I do steamed broccoli and steamed spinach with lemon. Gives it a really nice kick.
No, it absolutely does.
It does.
I finally found a spicy food you Greeks would like down here. Lemon pepper wet wings.
Lemon pepper wet what?
Lemon pepper wet wings. Oh God, the fight's already over. Did you notice that?
No, the round's over.
No, that was just round one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So it's the lemon pepper dry rub, and then they put the hot sauce on top of it, and then they put another squeeze of lemon over it. It's an Atlanta original, and I was it's tremendous.
Jimmy Crickets.
JR Crickets.
JR Crickets. Sorry, I call it
JR Crickets. It's tremendous. I don't know if we have this and the Stradivarius thing happens, we might have to fly Louis down to Atlanta for an hour or two. Just so Louis is the voice of reason, because Wayne's just going to be agitated the whole time having to do this interview.
Oh yes, he would.
Me, Timo, and Timo are just going to be hammered partying, and so Louis going to be the one asking the questions.
Yeah, because Wayne's going to try to ask questions, and he's going to get flustered after like the first two.
Do you think Wayne's going to go like Chris Farley did to Paul McCartney? Remember when you wrote, "The love you take is equal to the love you make"? Did you really mean that?
That's awesome.
Wayne is going to be off camera talking to the Atlanta Police Department saying, everything's fine. They're just having a conversation. No, fuck you, man. No, fuck you, bro. Fuck you, man. The whole time.
I love Wayne. He gives us a platform.
Yes. Everybody.
You're just going to hear a bunch of friggin' Finnish curse words going.
Absolutely, the whole time. Meanwhile, I'm like, guys, let's just have another shot. Now, what were you saying about his sister? That's the end of round two with the whole fucking locker room clear. Oh shit!
Oh yeah, we got a Tilly, folks.
We got a rumpus.
We've got a full-on Donnybrook going on.
Now they're trying to do a pull apart right now.
No, they're going for a quick powder.
Yes, the answer is yes. The answer is yes.
Got it. Hey, is he wearing a Castle Heights hoodie? What was that?
That's what I was just saying. That looks like the old Castle Heights logo.
Shout out to Kevin Castle.
Yeah, Kevin and John. Now,
Doorman, yes.
Yeah, they still work together and they still do good stuff. I'm waiting for this shit to open back up because oh shit, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the guy won the second round, 2 minutes, 50 seconds.
Sure. We'll go with that.
Yeah, well, that's what it said in the hieroglyphic.
And they're not happy about it. Where's that angry young man I want to see? Where is that? Oh, hold on.
That's why this is called the Fujiwara incident.
Can you provide a little insight on that?
The storyline they pulled in it was they were working, and then supposedly this guy shot on Fujiwara. And he flipped a shoot on Fujiwara, so Fujiwara had no choice. Like, it was supposed to be an agreed-upon fight, and yeah. But they were also saying that it was a crooked ref. They did a bunch of stuff. And he's telling everybody to get out of the ring. He's like, everybody get out. We're starting this shit over. Hey, here we go.
Oh, he's trying to be the baby. He's trying.
Mm-hmm.
There was an attempt.
Oh, there was an attempt. Every young boy's getting their ass beat tonight.
No.
Hearing the term young boy just irks me, but I get what the context is about.
I know, I get it. Fujiwara's trying his damnness, and he's just trying to kill that fucking ref. I think the idea was that the ref thought he saw a tap when it wasn't a tap.
Oh.
They do little gimmicks like that in Japan always. Oh man, look at that
finish.
Look at that fucking trench coat.
Oh, look at that drip.
That man absolutely is a big fan of vending machines, and I'll just leave it at that. I won't say
God. I remember hearing this one woman I was in the Air Force with. She was stationed in Japan. She said, I had a really good deal on an apartment. I only had 10 pieces of underwear at one time. Only 10. I'd buy more and magically turn into 10. And I was like, I wonder what happened to those things. She goes, yeah, you know what happened, you piece of shit.
Oh boy.
Now, if I might ask, back in the day, Japan, did they do the same thing as what WWE and NWA would do, where it was faces in one locker room, heels in the other? They keep them separate to keep up
They
kayfabe?
would be. Yeah, they would do separate locker rooms. They still in Japan. You got to remember, you're wrestling in way bigger buildings, so
Mhm.
you have like a bunch of different locker rooms, and everybody just kind of takes their own. Because they're wrestling in the same size buildings as like WWE does. So in WWE, okay, the best way to explain it is you have the TV locker room, you have the talent locker room, you have the women's locker room, then you have the extras locker room, then you have what's called oh geez, I'm trying to think of the name for it. The developmental locker room. You have all these different locker rooms set up,
Mhm.
and but back then it was
Funaki,
yeah, Sho Funaki,
number one
show it off
SmackDown announcer.
exactly, showing off that
the
British
best.
Commonwealth Junior Heavyweight title. Everybody forgets how good Funaki actually was because he was such a great character wrestler. And there he is, the only man in the Japanese diet that still wears a mask. You ready for the greatest ECW story never told? So,
Sure.
Chris Candido
Rest in peace.
he has his arm in a sling, and there used to be a nightclub right next to the ECW arena.
Mhm.
And something happened with Tammy, and Chris is getting jumped by like 3 or 4 guys. You see the locker room empty. The first 2 out, of course, are Tracy Smothers and 2 Cold Scorpio. and everybody's fighting. Everybody's going at it. Sasuke was in the building. Scorpio was visiting. This is when he was Flash Funk, and they brought him in. It was the arena show where they using the commercial something like a Phenomena by LL Cool J. What was that called? Just Another Night. As Good as It Gets. It was either As Good as It Gets or Just Another Night. That commercial.
That was the main event of that was Dreamer and Beulah versus RVD and Fonzie, where Fonzie did this huge blade job and almost died that night, from what I heard.
Yeah, it was that night. So they're all out there and they're all going at it. They're literally Atlas Security is holding back Big Dick Dudley because, for those of you who don't know, Big Dick Dudley was a legitimate murderer. He was a legitimate killer. That's what he did before he wrestled. He was a fucking bondsman who had legitimately 6 justifiable homicides. He was a fucking madman. And I loved Big Dick Dudley for that, because I'll tell you, I'll tell you guys, well, he's from my school too. I'll tell you a really funny story involving him. The last ever ECW Staten Island show, I was at that, and it was wonderful to watch what he did to a fan who decided to throw ice at him. But
was this the night of the riot?
Yes, I was there.
Oh shit! No kidding.
I was there. Oh yeah, I was there. Sam went with Sotiri went with me to that one, and this is a really Greek fucking episode. We really should have just named this episode "It's All Greek to Me." But
my big fat Greek episode.
Yeah, back to Sasuke. So then they tell Sasuke, oh, where everybody go? And they're like, oh, it's a fight. It's a fight. Sasuke puts on his mask to go out to start fighting guys. And how Scorpio and Tracy Smothers and everybody relived it to tell me, Sasuke came out with the mask and went, oh, here we go. And he started throwing karate kicks and karate chops and just started fucking me like, yeah. And so after that, Sasuke became loved and revered by the boys. Sasuke did the one of the last big King of Trios tournaments in the ECW arena for Chikara. Afterwards, they were all talking, and I think X-Pac was on it too and everything, and they all are going to the bar afterwards. Sasuke gets to the bar, and he's got nightclub Sasuke mask on. His that's what I called it, the nightclub Sasuke mask, but it's like the mask he wears in Parliament because he's actually a member of the Diet.
Right.
And so he shows up at the door. The doorman's like, oh, let me see your ID. He's like, oh, okay. He hands him the Japanese ID, driver's license. Like, I can't take this. Do you have your passport? He's like, oh, yeah. He pulls out the passport. Sasuke's Japanese passport is him in a mask. So this guy thinks he's getting fucked with. And so then X-Pac comes out and goes, No, brother, no, he really is him. It's okay. It's okay. Let him in.
That's a very good X-Pac impersonation.
Yeah. There's video online on Obarion. Chris Estrada is his real name. Obarion. On his from the Batari on his Facebook page of Sasuke singing "Living on a Prayer" by Bon Jovi, just hammered out of his mind because Sasuke is a party animal. If you haven't realized Sasuke is nuts, watch the shit he does now. Like there's video of him where he grabs a giant barrel, puts it over him, and then dives head first onto nothing. Onto nothing. Then he spent 3 days at the King of Trios tournament where he kept setting up the chair to do the senton onto the guy. And 2 days out of the 3, the guy would move and Sasuke would just eat the chair. I mean, Sasuke is the best. I love Sasuke to death, man. He is a maniac, and I love him. I love Sasuke, and I would love to work him one day just because of that. And what a lot of people don't know is Sasuke. Oh, yeah. Another thing everybody forgets, Sasuke is a hell of a shooter. There's actually a match between the great Sasuke and the Dirt Bike Kid, and the Dirt Bike Kid was terrible.
Oh, God, I saw that.
Yeah, and Sasuke just has enough of it at one point and just starts kicking Dirt Bike Kid's head like there's no tomorrow, CTE all day, and then puts him in a guillotine choke and just choked the kid till he pissed himself. And that was...
Well, did you know the reason why that started?
Why?
Because the Dirt Bike Kid had a mask. He had that mask on that Sasuke wanted him to wear because it was supposed to be a mask versus mask match.
Yeah,
and Dirt Bike Kid took it off after the intro, and that
I remember seeing that
pissed Sasuke off, and then he was shitty, and then Sasuke just decided to have enough of him and fucked him up.
If there's one thing Sorry, Eric, go ahead.
No. How can you not love a man who runs his own promotion and will kick your ass if you don't do the right thing?
I've come to the conclusion that a lot of Japanese wrestlers who are also owners of promotions they do that, and I can't fault them. I remember who was it? It was the big Canadian guy and Antonio Inoki. And
the great
Antonio.
The great Antonio, yes.
Yes. Yay!
Inoki owned him.
Well, you got to remember, if you ran your own company in Japan, you ran the risk of people really trying to take you the fuck out. You know, because that all started because the first owner of the first wrestling company in Japan was Ricky Dozan. And Ricky Dozan was a legit trained shooter, but Ricky Dozan was smart and he didn't teach too many people how to shoot. So there were 2 or 3 guys who tried to start their own promotions. And then they'd bring in these American shooters, and Ricky Dozan would pay these Americans to come in and beat the shit out of the owner of the company, who was the top guy of his own company, and it would kill the business. It would kill that business immediately. That's why in Japan, especially like in the 90s era, like this era, where you saw all these companies popping up, if you were running an independent against, the big companies, which are Inoki and Baba, you had to know what to fucking do and how to handle yourself, because Inoki and Baba would, without hesitation, pay someone like maybe not Funaki, because Funaki was a student of Sasuke's, but they would pay an American or they'd pay a luchador to come in and just fucking wreak havoc on shit. Del Rio Alberto Del Rio, I don't know if he's ever told the story publicly, so I don't want to say the name of the company on air, but I'll tell you guys afterwards. A Cruiserweight was trying to start his own wrestling company, and that was their way of shutting him down. It was the same thing they did to Hashimoto with 0-1, and that's why they had Ogawa shoot on Hashimoto, because they knew Hashimoto was about to start his own offshoot called 0-1, and they didn't want him to get away from New Japan. So after Ogawa shot on Hashimoto, that's when Hashimoto agreed to do 0-1 as a New Japan offshoot, but they would still use other outside talent from like Noah, from All Japan, and everybody. And that's why that early 2000s run of 0-1, you saw these crazy main events like Muda and fucking Junka. It would be like Muda and Chono versus Kenta Kobashi and Jun Akiyama. Or actually, no, it was Muda and Kenta Kobashi versus Jun Kayashi and Jun Akiyama and it was Jun Akiyama and Kenta Kobashi versus Muda and Yuji Nagata.
Oh damn!
That was like the second. That was the second show main event, and that was also why. Oh God, what's his name? One of my favorite, Bitchmaster, Koji Kanemoto. Not Koji Kanemoto, Bitchmaster.
Yeah.
What's Bitchmaster's name?
Oh, I don't remember. You've told me, you've shown me Bitchmaster, but you've named it. You named like 5 people him. So
no, there's only one Bitchmaster, the original Bitchmaster.
You keep on mixing them up though, because you said Sakuraba was Bitchmaster at first.
No, I said Sakuraba was Gracie Hunter.
Yeah, no, you also called him Bitchmaster the first time we watched Starrcade '89.
Okay, fair enough. Wait, Starrcade '89
or Starrcade '9, whatever the one was with the New Japan and WCW.
That's the real fucking Bitchmaster.
You said that was Sakuraba. Yeah, I know you.
That was not Sakuraba. That was not Sakuraba.
You said it was. You said it was.
No,
I don't know who it was.
God damn it! That was you motherfucker, James. You're fucking me up here. Help me.
Oh, hold on. What Starrcade is that? No. What Starrcade is that?
I'm not even gonna do that. I'm just gonna go to the Tiger Masks, and I'll be able to figure it out from there.
Well, while you're figuring that out, I'll talk about my experience with Sasuke. Again, first ECW pay-per-view, first ECW match I ever saw, barely legal. The third match on the card had Sasuke in it as part of Michinoku Pro Wrestling. It was Taka, Togo, and forget it. If you guys want to remember, just rewind a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes. Anyways, but that was the first time seeing Sasuke, and I've seen him pop up in ECW many times after that, including matches are just incredible. Last time I saw Sasuke on American soil, I ordered the GCW deathmatch tournament from, I think it was June of last year, and Sasuke was in the first round, him and Jimmy Lloyd, and
really?
It was interesting. Yeah, it was. I was just like, wait a minute, am I reading this right? Sasuke's doing a death match,
yeah.
And he lost the match to Jimmy Lloyd. It was fairly entertaining. I had never seen Sasuke do the hypnosis thing, but apparently that's how he got Jimmy Lloyd to take all the bumps through like the glass and barbed wire and stuff. So
that's Sasuke. He can do whatever he wants, and he will continue to do whatever he wants at all times.
Yeah. But I swear this is like 23 years. This is like 22 years later after I first saw him. He was still.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You got the name?
Yeah, Otani. Yeah, Shinjiro Otani.
Okay. Mind you, though, this is 22 years after I first saw him, and he was still in great shape. And
he was in the
still
best
work.
shape of his life. He was wrestling in trunks at that point.
He had gold pants on that match.
Yeah, he was doing it was the monk gimmick. He started doing that monk gimmick, but before that, the King of Trios, yeah, he was in trunks for the first time in his career, and he had abs. And I mean, the man's a part of the Parliament. He's part of the Diet. Oof, nice fucking drop kick right there.
What other Japanese wrestlers made it to the Diet? I think Onita was one, right?
Yeah.
Onita made the Diet. Of course, Inoki's still in the Diet. And Sasuke. Those are the three main. And Western Cyclone Western Suplex. Not Kejimuto, but his partner Hiroshi Hase is in the Diet also. Hiroshi Hase was in the Diet. That's why his career kind of went short, because he took it very simple. Hiroshi Hase came back. He was one of the first guys to really get that big swing over as a move in Japan. And that's what Hiroshi Hase is famous for.
Now, Eric, as a wrestler, how influential would you say that Puroresu was for you? I mean, you were trained by the great Johnny Rodz, WWE Hall of Famer, at Gleason's Gym in Brooklyn, and you've been a student of the game as long as I've known you. Probably one of, and I say this without any bias, one of the best wrestlers on the indies right now, and I wish you further success in your continued career. How influential would you say that? No problem. How influential would you say that Puroresu was for you?
It was very because Johnny Rods' trainer was called Gotch, who helped create the Puroresu style, and you know, we were pretty much taught that. We were taught, you know, at Johnny's it went like this: you were taught shoot, then you were taught pro wrestling, and then you were taught Puroresu. And when you did that, you really got an idea for it. And, you know, we'd always get the New Japan guys to come through. Inoki came by and used to come see Johnny. Inoki did that. Hold on. Let me see if I can get him to talk right now. Hey, I'm doing my podcast right now. You want to say hello to everybody for me? We showed your music video tonight. Yeah, can you say hello real quick? If I just put the phone to the TV to this? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now. You saw his newest video here tonight. We showed you clips of it. Ladies and gentlemen, R-Truth. How you doing tonight,
Killings.
Ron Killings.
How are you, good sir?
Right here. You can see you perfect. So, Ronnie, we watched your video tonight for Fired Up. It's amazing. I remember being there to get to see some of the filming. I actually got to see the video for the first time myself just the other day, and I think it's your greatest undertaking so far. What are your thoughts on it?
Put the mic to the phone.
Song is hard. It's just some of what is yet to come, man.
Absolutely. You got a bunch of stuff coming up the horizon. If I heard correctly, the rumor has it, we're up to about, you got 20 more singles just waiting down the pike.
28
singles. So you've been a very busy man between running around with that 24/7 title and doing everything else. You know, I'm really proud of you. I am so happy you got to do that, man. And
I'm getting that back.
Yeah. I just wanted to congratulate you big time on this music video, man. I think the sound is where it needs to be. I love the music video. I think you and J Trax are doing a hell of a job, man. And I just wanted to say congratulations to you on that.
Appreciate that. I appreciate it, man. And for all the listeners, man, if you don't have the single, it's available right now on all digital platforms. And if you hadn't seen the video, or if you want to see it again, go check it out, Ron Killings TV, or just put in Ron Killings, hit them up.
That's right. Make sure you follow R-Truth on all social media platforms. Ron Killings on Facebook, Ron Killings on Twitter. What? Yeah, Ron Killings 1 on Instagram also. And, of course, his YouTube channel, Ron Killings TV. Check out all the great music videos. Like I said, if you haven't seen this music video, we tried to show you a little bit here on air. It was a hell of an undertaking. It's one of the best music videos I've seen down the pike in years. And it was really great to see it. Ronnie, can I call you back in a little bit, brother? All right, see you in a little bit. So there you go, Louie.
We got stars.
We got stars.
We got stars.
That was awesome. That guy is probably one of the best that have been around in the last 20 plus years. You know,
So entertaining.
Followed him in WWE when he first started there, when he went to TNA. Loved him in The Wrestler. And, of course, the little Jimmy gimmick. Perfection.
Oh, yeah.
That was awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And in the main event, Sasuke wins back his belt. He beat that young upstart Funaki. And so I'm very happy for him. And Louis, we always like to do this. We like to show a special bonus fight on every episode of Beyond Bushido. Yeah, so we like to show a very special bonus fight on every episode of Beyond Bushido. Right. And we like to just let the guest host do commentary. So James, me and James are gonna go ahead and we're gonna step away, and we just want you to do commentary for it's actually a European shoot, if you will.
Right.
It's actually from the Mediterranean. And James, do we have that footage ready?
Oh, we're ready.
Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get Louis and let's get the video queued up. And Louis, let's go ahead and get your commentary for this amazing action you're about to see.
I'm so afraid. And so did G. What?
The pedestrian has a right of way. And so did Jesus Christ have his way, and they still fucking crucified him. So don't tell me who has the right and who has the wrong.
You almost hit me with the
All right, so we have Yanis Milonakis over here with a huge nose who's yelling at someone while he's being filmed.
Jail?
Yeah.
Do you want to go to the cemetery? Where do you want to go? Jail, cemetery, hospital? A lot of things. Jail.
But you almost hit me with the car. You can't do that, sir. And you should be a better.
Please watch me too. Maybe I'm
And
crazy.
apparently, dude was almost hit with Yanni's car. We'll call him Joey Baba Ganoush.
Okay, good. You got him?
Yeah, so you're threatening to kill me, and then now...
No, threatening to kill you? Why am I threatening to kill you?
You heard what you said. You got to be a better...
I must say, Yanni's mustache is quite deadly.
This American
because of its own katana blades.
Everybody got a video camera. Look, he got me a video camera. Okay, sir. You're going to give it to the police? Why you not go to ISIS terroristas and go get out over there?
Oh, he just went and took it personal, mentioning ISIS.
Maybe you...
And I'm not talking about the show Archer.
What kind of motherfucker you are. You're a good man. Thank you. I believe in Jesus. I don't believe you. You're lucky you moved too fast because I run you over. I got insurance.
Now, Yanni doesn't understand the first rule of wrestling, that you're never supposed to bring God into
That's why I pay insurance.
So I can run you. It's failed.
Insurance paid because you're supposed to be good man and get out of the way.
Failed.
No, I'm supposed to stop for you.
Sam
why am I
mentioned
supposed to stop for you?
Never got
Who in the
crucified
fuck
by
are you?
Raven.
Who in the fuck are you? I'm supposed to stop.
And Joey Baba Ganoush is following him. Oh, and Yannis Milonakis is getting tailgated by some...
You could be a witness to this?
Yeah.
Can you testify what happened?
Wait a minute, this isn't European.
My name is Anthony Hong.
This is Woodside, Queens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's about to
Roads are too narrow.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
What's your name?
I'm Anthony Hong. I put it right.
Watch what he
Aw, this dude went totally heel.
Wait, Jesus Christ! Jesus!
And once again, Yanni's breaking the cardinal rule. But he gets the final word. Like a true champion, Yannis Milonakis gets with the mustache of death, with the 2 daggers on each side, gets the final word.
And so there it was, our fight companion for this week bonus fight.
I think I'm related to that guy.
Jesus Christ did nothing wrong.
Man,
they still crucified him.
You should have done what Terry Funk said. Don't bring God and Jesus' name into this, man. What did they do wrong?
Yeah, and no, that is still my favorite wrestling memory. They did a Legends Battle Royal at one of these WrestleCons, and it comes down to Piper and Funk at the end, and Terry's like, "Wait a minute, we're brothers. We're in a fraternity. We need to honor each other, Roddy. We need to go ahead and remember our fallen brothers, Bruiser Brody, Nature Boy Buddy Rogers, that good kid Brian Pillman. We shouldn't fight no more, brother. We should hug. And then I want you all to join me in bowing your heads for a moment of silence while we talk and think about these wonderful, wonderful men that are no longer here with us." And so he hugs Piper. They start the minute of silence. Now, please bow your heads. Oh, God, you're such a sweet God. You're such an amazing God. I thank you for forgiving me for my sins. You forgive me for everything. You forgive me. You forgive me. You forgive me for doing this. And he hits Piper with the microphone and eliminates him and wins the Battle Royal.
God bless Terry Funk.
I do. Now, Louis, obviously you got a lot going on. You got your beautiful wife and kid over there right now. You're finally getting the baby to bed. Of course, we talked about it. Music is life. It airs whenever the fuck he feels like putting up a new episode. Louis, I love having you on. You're one of my dear friends. Thank you so much for joining. See that logo right there in this corner for Music is Life. Louis' show, it's podcast on the Rat Salad Review. What can we expect on the next episode, Louis?
I have no idea. You know, so a lot of the episodes I've done have been off the cuff, off the top of my head. The only one that I really planned out was my 15 least favorite. My 15 least hated Van Hagar songs. That was the only one that I had actually planned out. Everything else has been sort of what's happened to me at a certain point in time leading up to that moment, and I just talked about it. So
and also,
it's free form.
I'm going to plug something else for you because I'm a big fan of watching it. Join Lou Mavs on Facebook. It's spelt just like that. Every couple of nights, Louis goes on, and you just get to hear him kill and shred on some of your favorite tracks throughout the history of rock and metal. Louis, you're such a talented musician.
Thank you.
You're a great guy. I love you to death. Thank you so much for doing it tonight, man. Thank you so much. James, you want to take it home, brother?
James, thank you for having me on too, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, no. The pleasure's all ours. I mean, we usually have guys who don't know anything about wrestling, so it was really nice to have somebody in here that, that knew a little bit about Japan and Japanese wrestling and all that stuff. So, I didn't know, Eric, if you wanted us to go out on the last video that you sent me or not before we run off here.
So go ahead and do that. Set that up. And so James will do the closing, and then we're going to show the greatest interview in the history of football.
It was the greatest live interview, sir. Live interview, yes. better than Chris Everett and Jim Rome.
Yes.
But everybody, thank you so much for watching. Please go to ratsaladreview.com. That's where all of our podcasts are distributed. You can also check it on Rat Salad Review on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, all those. We should have this episode up hopefully by the weekend. If it depends on if the crazy guy actually does the video editing like he should, and actually doesn't do any doesn't slack off like he did last time. But I want to thank everybody for watching these shows. I mean, we've had really good audiences. And we just hope everything gets better and especially continue watching. We're still going to be putting stuff out, even though it seems like our states, I know Eric's and my states are starting to finally get back to work. Well, hopefully we have no more issues. Lou, I hope everything gets going good up there, because I know it's been worse up there than it is down here.
Yeah, but, especially in the city. Thank God I say in the suburbs.
Absolutely. But
I was born in is become the epicenter hospital for that shit. Elmhurst Hospital. That breaks my heart every fucking day.
Yeah.
Mikey Frazone, one of the kids who trained over at Johnny Rod's, he's a paramedic in New York City. He was just diagnosed. Mikey, I want you to know that you're in my prayers, brother. I love you to death. You're gonna beat this shit. You've always been a tough kid. Now you're a tough man. I love you to death. Unfortunately, a close friend of both mine and Louis, her father has passed away from this, and I always want to send my love to her. I know Louis does too, but we're going to respect the family's wishes at this time. I don't know if she wants it to be known public. It's been really tough, and I don't want to leave this on a somber note. So, James, let's go with that wonderful beat footage. Oh, go ahead, Louis.
Alrighty, guys. I'm sorry.
Lou,
go ahead.
To not end on a somber note, my in-laws, both of them had it, but they beat it. So I'm
that's awesome.
happy about that.
That's awesome. And we're going to get through this, everybody. We're all
Windex and the feta. It's the Windex and feta. Thank God they got a Greek.
It was definitely the Windex. It was definitely the Windex.
See, the reason you're not seeing Greeks get it is because as soon as they see it coming, Namalaka.
That one's for you.
Anyway, guys, everybody.
Hold on.
Oh
no.
And with that, we are gone. Guys, have a good day.
But there's a whole lot of people that want to draw the comparison between one of the all-time great Jet quarterbacks, Joe Namath, and Chad Pennington. What impresses you about Chad?
I believe everything that anyone else has watched Chad play impresses me. The same thing impresses them. He's a quality, classy quarterback that has a touch on the football. He's not a thrower. He's a passer. His mind is ahead of what the defense is. And if the Jets can support him, they will win the championship.
Hold here 1 second with us, Joe.
Pennington draw play to Curtis Martin. He'll get 6.
Joe, it's been a tough season for Jet fans. What does it mean to you now when the team is struggling?
I want to kiss you. I couldn't care less about the team struggling. What we know is we can improve. Chad Pennington, our quarterback, missed the first part of the season, and we struggled. We're looking to next season. We're looking to make a noise now, and I want to kiss you.
Thanks, Joe. Okay.
Yeah!
A huge compliment.
You know what?
Joe Namath, part of the 4-decade team. We'll see these guys at halftime.